What up, gang? I just want to make a little disclosure before we jump into the video that I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not good at makeup. I don't do it professionally. Is she not? Okay. Don't do it professionally or anything like that. This is just like a little video just for the fun of it, just because I need some content out there. And I don't always have like the most professional tools. Also want to say that. But if you do like this video, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Alright guys, so let's get into this little video. So I start off by priming my face with this primer that I got from e.l.f. Let me show you guys. For me, like, I love e.l.f. products because they're hella fucking cheap, and like I said in so many of my videos, your bitch is broke. So I definitely love like cheap shit. And this primer, I think it was like $3 or some shit, but it definitely does the trick, you know. Prime my face. Rihanna's fucking it up with the game. We're going with my Fenty Beauty. I believe I'm color number 420 in this, and I use about 2 pumps for my whole face. Well, 2.5 pumps, because I don't really fully go down on the next pump. Again, back to e.l.f. I use my e.l.f. foundation brush. It's just a foundation blurring brush. I really like the e.l.f. brushes, and again, they're like very like on a budget type shit. So this is my face foundation. Of course, get in that neck area. Very important part. And since I'm gonna be wearing a pretty low chest, I like to get my chest area a little bit, as much as I can. Next, I'm going to be using these 2 pencils. It's just definitely regular beauty supply pencils that you can get for $1, and I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I like to first go in with, I get a darker brown and I also get a black. I like to go in with the darker brown first. My camera's about to die and I hope it doesn't die in the video, but whatever. So I like to use a darker brown first for my eyebrows, and then I go in with the black. So after I get like a semi color going on with the brown, I like to go in with my black eyeliner and just start to just clean it up a little bit. So I know right now they look hella dark and hella extra, but once I go in with my concealer, it definitely cleans it up a bit. So I like to use this concealer. This is the fucking go-to concealer. It's like $3 at the beauty supply. I feel like this is from LA Girl and it's called Pro Conceal. I feel like anybody that's been to a beauty supply has seen these type of concealers. I feel like for it to be so cheap, it definitely does do the trick. I'm kind of new to this like makeup world, so I'm not like really like, oh my gosh, I know this concealer and that concealer. Like, I literally get what makeup I get. Like, the makeup I get is literally from like Hearsay, or just like it's cheap and I'm like, oh okay, for sure I need this. But like, to be $3, like, this is some good shit. Like, don't sleep on this LA Girl Pro Concealer. Like, let me just say that. That's what I gotta say. So if you guys can see, you can't really see because it doesn't focus, but it does have like a bit of a brush so that I can be able to swoop to do the conceal under my eyes and stuff like that. So this is like about, I want to say 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, or maybe even more. So I do like to mix it with something that's more of my skin tone, which is this one. This is probably like my skin tone, if not like 1 shade lighter, if not my actual skin tone. so that it won't be too light, I just give a dab of this on and then I mix it back in all together. And I use the same light brush to start highlighting under my eyes. So as you guys can see, I conceal under my eyebrows, the bridge of my nose, spreading out to do the little tree, of course under my eyebrow and on top of my eyebrow. And then I do a little bit of concealing here so that when I put the contour, it can be even more defined. So for contour, let me tell y'all this. I feel like most people in the makeup industry, especially if you are a darker skinned woman or male, whatever the case may be, I feel like you know that finding contour for like especially for my skin tone, and I don't even feel like I'm the darkest shade of black, and so it's so hard for me to find contour that is darker, that can like really be defined with my skin tone. So I have yet to find one. So if you guys know any like contour that is like made for somebody like me, I'm not brown skin, I'm darker than brown skin, so like, you know, but I'm not black, but I'm like maybe close to being black. So currently for contour, I have been using the Anastasia stick foundation. This is in the color Earth. This is about maybe 2 shades darker than my skin tone, and I feel like it works. It does the trick. I fucking love Anastasia, y'all. Like, Anastasia be coming in clutch, and I want to give her a round of applause. Like, I really do fuck with you, Anastasia. If you're watching this, when I check out you are, but I'm just letting you know I really do be fucking with you, girl. Like, yeah. So like Anastasia's found like whole collection, I feel like her collection is very, very like, before Fenty, Anastasia, I feel like Anastasia's collection was very like catering to darker skinned girls. I definitely believe that. From her foundations, I feel like they're very, very, very like, there's not as many shades as Fenty, I feel like, for darker skinned girls, but she does have like her shades, and I really do appreciate that. And I feel like even with her lipsticks and her nude lipsticks and stuff like that, it definitely comes in clutch. I really appreciate Anastasia. Like, literally when I go to Sephora, I go to Fenty and Anastasia, and I'm so happy that their like sections are usually right next to each other. So I'm just like, bam, bam, check, check. Okay, I'm out. Like, I do not be going to anybody else like that. Unless I need to find something that I feel like neither of them have, then I'll ask them like, who's best for this, or whatever the case may be. But this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Foundation and Earth, and this is what I use to contour, so let's get into that. So this is what the contour using the Anastasia foundation looks like. As you can see, it's like about 2 shades darker than my skin tone, and I feel like it definitely works once I blend it out and stuff. So for blending, I usually use my e.l.f. blending stick. I do have a sponge, and sometimes I do use my sponge, but the reason let me tell you guys. So the reason I usually use this blending stick is because I just feel like personally it's just so much more easier for me to blend with this brush than it is for me to like do it with a sponge. And I know you get a way better result with the sponge, but this is just so much easier for me. But when it comes to like things like my nose, or like, ooh, when it comes to like small things like my nose, then I will use the sponge. But for like my under eye and for my face contour, then I usually just go with the brush, because it's just like a lot more simpler with me. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So up. Hello? So I use this brush that just like a random brush, guys. It's not that big of a deal, not from anywhere special. And I usually contour my underbrow and my nose. I don't have my sponge, so this is the brush I'm gonna use for my nose today. So my camera died, and so while it was dying, I just finished blending in my face, y'all. So that was that. Okay, so next we're gonna get into these eyes, y'all. I use this eyeshadow primer called Smashbox. It is in the color Light. Oh, there we go. The reason I got this one was because there was another one that I went to Sephora, and there was just like, what's the best eyeshadow primer, and they sent me to one. It was like a blue bottle. I forgot what it was called, but it was like 20 bucks, and I was like, oh cool, let me get that, because it's only $20. I like things that's cheap. But they didn't have any more, so she was like, this is the next best one, but this is actually really good too. And this was like $1 more, so I was like, okay, whatever. The thing that trips me out about it is that it says light on it, and I'm like, okay, is there a dark version? Like, why does it say light? Like, I don't know if it's different colors or whatever the case may be, but she told me like, no, it's not. It's like, it's all the same, da 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 da. So I'm hoping the girl didn't play me, and I got some like light as eyeshadow primer. But it's cool because when last time I used it, I don't feel like it made my eyes look whiter than they should be or anything like that. So okay, so let's get into this. Oh my god, that was my sister. Why is it dying again? I charged. Oh my god, y'all, this camera is gonna make me I'm just gonna use this one just to blend it out a little bit. Okay, well, so that's why I kind of, let me show y'all if y'all can see, like, that's why I'm like, it is lighter than my skin, and that's why I'm like, is this how it's supposed to be, or what's the tea about this eyeshadow primer, because your girl's not getting it. Okay, so now let's go into this eyeshadow. I got this eyeshadow palette, I guess reference from Jackie and Ania. Shout out to you, Jackie. Girl, you my queen. I love you so much, and I just want you to know if you're watching this, like, I love you, girl. Jackie. I'm about to go back to my girl Anastasia. We're gonna use her Soft Glam eyeshadow palette. Again, I got this from Jackie and Ania. She used it in one of her makeup tutorials. She said that she loved it, and I was like, okay, girl, it's not the tea. I'm gonna get it then. Let me show y'all. Let me just blush y'all real quick. Woo, this is beautiful. These colors are absolutely gorgeous. So today I'm wearing, like, as you guys can see, I'm wearing more like an orange brown cream. So I'm not really like that like expertise when it comes to eyeshadow. I'm not really that good at eyeshadow, so just bear with me. So I think for my undertone, I'm gonna go with the orange soda, which is this one right here. I'm gonna use this one as my base, and then I'm probably gonna transition to the burnt orange with a little shimmer of glistening or fairy. I just haven't chose yet, so let's get into that. I'm thinking about making my base burnt orange with a transition to rustic, and then a little shimmer in the middle. So let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can do it, y'all. Okay. For me, I have really small eyes, so I don't have much eyelid. Like, I know a lot of people have like really big canvases to work on. Your girl does not. I have very small eyes, so that kind of sucks, but you know, we're gonna work what we got, y'all. We're gonna work with what we got. I feel like for me, eyeshadows have been so hard to get because they're just not as pigmented on my skin tone, and that really frustrates me, because as much as I love e.l.f., like sometimes I've used their eyeshadow palettes or use their eyeshadows and like you cannot see, I mean you can see it, you know, like when little kids buy like that play makeup and they have like the little eyeshadow or whatever, and then like they put it on and it's like you can see the color but it look hella like, you know, it's like for play. That's how like a freaking e.l.f. palette or freaking eyeshadows that I buy will look on me. So I'm really happy that Jackie put me on to this palette, the Anastasia palette, because I feel like it is pigmented. You can see it on my skin tone, and so that's it's always nice, y'all. It's always nice to have something meant for your girl. I know it's not as like pigmented or like exaggerated, but I don't really want it like that because I'm not doing too much. I'm not going for like a really dramatic look, but like more of a simple and cute look. So that's what, girl, that's pigmented. Oh yeah, I did. Sorry, I'm excited. This is like my second time using this palette and like my first time using the glitter part. So like I'm very happy that it's so freaking pigmented. I'm gonna go with glistening a little bit in my corner too, y'all. Go in with some eyeliner and then pop on some eyelashes, and hopefully we got a look, girl. I remember to charge my battery at night, y'all. So during the time that my camera was charging and getting itself together, I just popped on some eyelashes, like as you guys can see, just popped on some eyelashes. So let me just like wrap this video up a little bit. So I'm gonna just go and I'm just gonna go in with some highlight and some blush. And it's gonna be quiet for this tutorial. So I use the e.l.f. blush palette. I don't know what it's called, but today I'm gonna go for this like little orangey feel. And I also use the e.l.f. Blush. No, this is the highlight. Yeah, I also use the e.l.f. blush brush. So just low it is. Before I get into this highlight, let me tell you a little story. So when I was at Sephora and I was buying all my makeup or whatever the case may be, I was like, let me get some highlight. I want some bomb highlight. So I was gonna get, I've heard so much about the Anastasia palette from one of my YouTubers, my favorite YouTuber, Simply Nessa. She talked about, I think she's had the Anastasia Highlight Glow palette since she was like 5 years old, y'all, and she's still got some more to keep on going for another 10 years. And I was like, you know what, let me get the Glow palette. And so I had grabbed it, and as I was walking to the counter to check it out, something just like splashed and fucked up my whole cubicle eyeball or whatever. And I was like, what is that? And I turned around, bitch, and it was this fucking this Fenty Beauty highlight. And I was like, I swatched that shit and I was like, girl, I don't know, out of nowhere, I don't know where the Anastasia Glow palette was, but I was at, next thing you know, I was at the counter purchasing this little ass, compared to that big ass palette, this little ass highlighter palette. So I'm just saying, bitch, what the, let me swatch this blue, cause y'all may think I be playing games. Bitch, let me, bitch, like where do they do this at? Like, oh my lord. So I'm gonna go in with, of course, this little gold one. I can't really rock the blue yet. I cannot wait till I find the day to rock this blue. Like, I'm gonna be on. This one is very, very pigmented, and I'm not very expert when it comes to highlight. So I'm hoping I don't mess up, because I messed up last time and I looked disgusting. So. Bad. I'm gonna end this lip with, again, some more Fenty Beauty. Y'all know I love Fenty. And I'm gonna go in with my Fenty lip gloss. I love this lip gloss. And this is the final look. Like, who am I?
I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me.